July 9, 2026. This is the S&P 500 E-Futures Mini on a 2000 tick chart using NinjaTrader 8. I'm going to call it day here. It's only about 10:30 Pacific Standard, so there's still about 2-3 hours more. Actually, maybe about 3.5 hours more of trading. But I'm going to actually 2.5 hours more of trading. I'm going to actually go ahead and call it here because I can feel my mind starting to drift, and that decreases my accuracy. Also makes me more susceptible to inventing trades. There was no economic data to really move the markets today. I ended up taking 2 trades later in the session because there wasn't anything that really looked appealing. Maybe one setup here, but it would have been a loser. But other than that, took 2 trades and I decided I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. So go into the charts right now. No economic data came out to really move the markets. So the pre-market looks like it was a spike up sideways, a second leg up, break, and then another leg up. So it's almost like 2 big legs, a sell-off, bounce, and then here is the open. So you have a localized high. It's like a first entry long pullback. Technically, you have a second entry long, but it looks like 2 legs. And since I start trading right at the open, I'm looking at this as kind of like one big leg. Should have drew this, but I didn't. Something to this effect, but nothing really set up here. It's a localized low, starts moving up what I think is a screen up channel. So first entry short, technically you have a second entry short failure. But at this time, I didn't really fully trust the low side of this channel because this is what I'm seeing in real time. The high side kind of fits, the low side kind of fits. It doesn't really confirm till about right here, but there's no setups here. This is this high side. I'm thinking we're in this range defined by some of the pre-market and then this area. So I'm thinking at this point that we're going to be trading in this range. So I'm looking for prices to come back down to here. Comes down, it's like localized high, first entry long pullback, second entry long, pushes out, creates a fail breakout, and then pushes back down. At this point, I'm thinking the EMA is holding prices. So it looks like it's a break of this green up channel, made 2 attempts up, or maybe just one big leg up. And at this point, I'm not really sure where the prices are going to go. You have a first entry long, creates a new high, keeps pushing up. I saw this as like one leg first entry right here, pullback, second entry. So this is like a tempting setup for me at the time. The thing was, I'm not sure because this transparent channel isn't fully defined yet. And it didn't really get defined later either, so I never colored it in. But I was thinking, because I play with trend lines and just kind of drawing them all over the place throughout the day as prices are evolving. And then I delete a whole bunch of them when they clearly aren't in play, or they might be making me confused. It's gotten me in trouble before where I thought there was a trend line and there was none. So I thought this might have been a trend line because there's like 1 touch, 2 touch. Looks like there was a 3rd touch here. The high side doesn't fit very well. But in this case, I'm more concerned about the low side support because I'm looking for a reason to go long. Creates a first entry long, gives you a second entry long. I was thinking there might be a channel here, but I also didn't trust it at the time. It looks like a really great signal bar. So I think, like, I probably, if I took this trade, for sure I would have lost because it wouldn't have given me my 6 ticks. But I think it works both ways on luck. And in this case, I think there was reasons for me to take this trade, but I just didn't. I was just slow, waited, doubted, took too long, eventually kind of saved my butt. And I look back and I think this, because it looks like 2 legs down, was a possible trade that I probably would have taken and then would have lost. And I just didn't this time for just one reason or another. I don't know. I just didn't pull the trigger. But I would have called it a possible trade, and I would call it a possible trade now, and it wouldn't have worked out. So can't change the fact that, well, I can't say that, oh yeah, this is an almost trade, but because now that I already know what happens, I think in real time, I was thinking this might be a possible trade, but I was just too slow, lethargic or something. So I would have had a losing trade right here. Prices then moved down on this orange down channel. This is kind of drifted slightly. Something closer to this. Doesn't really matter though, because there was no setups here. EMA is turning down. I thought this channel might have been in play, but it doesn't last very long before prices broke out of it. And here is just kind of an area that I'm not really sure what's going on because it's far from the EMA. It's bouncing off this area that doesn't really seem to have any clear support or reason to bounce here that I could discern. So push down here. I'm thinking, okay, this is great. It looks like it's a triple test, but there's no reason to take this trade yet. And it pushes up at the screen up channel. Technically, you have a first entry short, second entry short, second entry short failure, but failure's far from the EMA. It looks like it's all part of this one big move up. I'm not too clear on this. I want a little bit cleaner price action for myself. It's a localized high. It's first entry long pullback. You have a second entry long here. I saw this in real time. There's a couple things going against it. Is there's too much of a tail here, and then the EMA has been broken through decisively and closed below. So it just adds a little bit of doubt in my mind of what's going to happen. And in this case, it actually just reversed back up. So when it starts going up, I'm looking for a higher low. Get a higher low here, but it's too far from the EMA. This channel in real time was early for me. It was early, and just recently, this candle had already broken and made a new high. So this higher low has a lower chance of pushing up now because prices have proven that they can already test the high and it's already done it. So when it's already done it, I'm not really sure that it's going to continue upwards. If this ended lower, then this higher low might have been more viable. But again, it was far from the EMA. I didn't really trust this red up channel at the time. Pushes up, creates kind of a double top. First entry long pullback. Technically, I have a second entry long here inside bar. I don't like that. Starts moving down this kind of channel. As you can see, I never colored it in either because I wasn't sure about it because there's not enough candles to fully define it yet, because this could also be seen as potentially just sideways chop. And when it's both sideways chop and a really short channel one way or the other, then it's just telling me the channel is too shallow at the moment and I need more price action to confirm it. So never colored it in, never really trusted it, never really trusted this as a range either. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Pushes up through the EMA. EMA clearly is getting bullish now. This is sideways consolidation, no trade there. Pushes up as well, creates a sideways consolidation. I really wanted this to be a green candle and to end better, because at one time I had it slightly higher. And I was thinking this could be a failed breakout. Fortunately, it's a red candle. It made a double top. Count technically resets right here. It could still keep going up, but just too many things left doubt in my mind. So unfortunately, this is kind of like an almost hopeful thing that never happened. Pushes up, got too many dojis here, pushes down. And this kind of sets up for the two trades that I eventually took. So I wasn't sure if this channel was in play because it's kind of messy. This big one, I mean, I don't need this big channel here to tell me that clearly the market is turning bullish. It's pushing up. It just doesn't fit in a channel that I've found. And right now I still haven't found yet because I like this one touch, two touch, kind of a third touch, but it broke sideways. And even now, if I drag it down to here, you only have one touch. You don't really have a touch here. You kind of have a touch here. So it's only really two touch confirmation. The high side, maybe two touches. So maybe this orange one, I'll just put it as a yellow for now, is in play, but it's not going to really matter. So the first trade I actually saw, or first trade I actually took, was it hits a high of day, creates a first entry long pullback, second entry long. This candle is only 8 ticks. In real time, EMA is starting to show strength. There was a violation early on, but it's holding here. It's holding here. It looks like it's holding here. This candle could definitely be better, but I like that it was only eight ticks, and I saw a potential support. I didn't draw it, but I saw a potential support right here. Not exactly where it is, but I saw something here factored in with the EMA holding and kind of a small risk bar. I decided to take a chance. I entered one tick above, going for 6 ticks, and it was able to get it because I had enough room before I hit the high of day. It is buying into the high of day, but on a clearly super bullish day like this, well, I take that back. Not a super bullish day, but the character of the market right now is being super bullish. EMA is acting as pretty strong support. I thought it was a decent setup. If I didn't take it, this candle closing, super bullish, I think I would have tried to take it either as only 4 ticks to get a quick 4 tick or 1 point scalp before I had to be concerned about hitting the highs here, or I would have tried to enter lower, I would have put my entry here and it would never have gotten filled because this candle would have just left it in the dust and then kept going. So this one was aggressive because I did take it on the engulfing before this candle was fully defined. So it was a little more aggressive, but I had a hunch or a feeling, and the way I was reading it, it looked like it was kind of two legs down, bounce off the EMA, bounce off some kind of support that's respecting here. So it pushes up, starts moving sideways, is making new highs. This channel never really develops nicely. It's slightly off. So it kind of looks like this. This is the channel I was thinking might be in play, but I didn't really like the violation here, and then I didn't really like the violation here. So I probably would delete it, but I'm just going to leave it as transparent for now. Then it actually makes two clean legs. So it's one leg down, pull back, second leg. And at this time I was thinking, this looks kind of like a range because there is support being respected here. So yes, there are small little violations here, but for the most part, prices are respecting this support. And prices are kind of respecting this resistance. On an overall bullish day, this is kind of the first break and close below the EMA. So it could be two legs. So I saw one leg here pull back. So looking for a potential second leg, but I was also ready to take a trade here, a bounce off of this, because it is, by the technical count, also first entry long. And then this guy actually never broke above this. So I'm actually looking for a nice bar after this one to be bullish, and it pushes through, so it doesn't give you that. It does give you a failed breakout, and lo and behold, this guy gives you the measured move and engulfing. So I really like that it engulfed close near the high, first entry long, second entry long, technical count, and visual measured move. This yellow channel didn't exist like this because I just corrected it just now. So there was no key entry point of a yellow channel because I actually had something like this. So I was actually pushing outside, but I was playing range rules and basing it off the strength of this range and this engulfing bar. I really like that. I said there's enough room from here to here for my 6 ticks that I'm looking for. It might come up here and fail and continue down, but I thought there was probably enough for 6 ticks. So I waited for this guy to close, enter at the high, flushes up in the same candle, got my 6 ticks, and that was all I was going for. Then it continues pushing up. And this is about where it is now at the time of about 10:45 Pacific Standard. And I don't really I don't plan on trading anymore because I got other stuff that I'm going to go take care of. But it's been kind of a slow grinding day. I was pretty happy that I got 2 trades, not really in quick succession because these are about an hour apart. But on the price action candles, they look like they're really close. But this one, sets up. It was a little aggressive. It's on the engulfing, not the best signal bar of this guy. But then this guy, I like this one because it made a measured move. Yes, it did break below the EMA, but I was thinking it was in range, and it did a failed breakout and pushed right back in, engulfing, strong signal bar. So I like trade 2 much better than trade 1. So kind of how I saw the charts today. Hopefully that was helpful.